Alright, so I'm here at the pick and pull yard, and the donor vehicle that I'm working with is a '01 Accord. This is true for any 89 or anything. Tools you're going to need are 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter, a Phillips screwdriver, and maybe some other things. But I want you to take a look at why we do some carbon cleaning. And take a look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to try to do this as quick as I can. As you can see, I'm going to turn this around and we're going to look at all that carbon buildup. I don't know if you guys can see that with the sun. I can't see it with the glare. Look at the hole in the port. See your temperature sensor and your throttle body, the back side of the throttle body, and look how caked up that is. So, under my particular vehicle, this is what broke on mine right here. So we're going to replace the throttle body. I really just want to replace this right here. But because this is a little bit cleaner, I'm going to stick with this and clean this up and take that with me. I got this sensor with me. I'm going to take this filter with me right here and clean that up. But I wanted you guys to take a look at exactly what I was doing and why we do this type of service. Sure, I'm trying to do this as quick as I can. This is the gasket right here. It's a metal gasket. And if you guys are a little bit cautious about, there's a groove in between the top and the bottom that will raise that groove up. You can put a little light bead of RTV facing outwards, okay? Always facing outwards. Never inwards, because you don't want that going in. And when you're spraying this down, remove that out of the way. And then you can spray all these sensors down and everything and clean it with parts cleaner. Don't try to clean this with parts cleaner. Use mass airflow sensor cleaner, and you will save yourself headaches on cleaning sensors and all of that. Specifically made just for sensors, okay? I cut all of this off to make it simpler for me. Other people want to disconnect everything. All you got to do is just disconnect one, which is basically holding the grounds to the body. You don't have to disconnect anything else. The other thing I did is I took off the fuel rail and tossed it over to the side, because I may end up taking the fuel rails with me, including the injector, but that's basically the tear down. For people who are scared of working on vehicles, this is basically it. I'm just dismantling it to get through a lot faster, just to get things out, and I feel sorry for whoever. Basically, the top half is junk. But again, 12 millimeters all the way around, and we're talking about millimeters, not ASE standard sockets. So don't use standards, because you'll strip and you'll bend these things, and these things are really cheap. So again, I'm going to take the injectors. I'm going to clean these injectors. My car has 178,000 miles, and it's due for a complete overhaul. So this is my overhaul right here, taking donor parts from other vehicles and just cutting things through so that I can take what I need from it. Any questions, leave a comment down below. For those who are really scared about working on their own vehicle, well, here, it's called the junkyard. You can come here with your set of tools, spend the day out here, tear the shit down, and if you fuck it up, who cares? And I'm sorry for the junkyard guys who own these vehicles that are going to be like, no, don't be saying that. But I'm meaning, like, if you break something, who's going to notice? Who's going to care, You have, here's right next to me is another one right there. So you understand what I mean. by, redundancy. So don't be scared. If you're scared to learn, come out here, fuck one of these shits up out here, and then work on your own car once you get the handle of how things go, especially your particular vehicle. I got diagrams and books for talking sequence and all of that. I like to talk my things down in sequence because I know things are done, and this was done recently. So they did a head job on this, so as you can take a look, again, all that carbon buildup. So when you don't clean your vehicle and your vehicle becomes sluggish, specifically these vehicles, the first thing they're blaming is the torque converter, solenoid switch, and this is called the linear, and then there's another switch a little bit further down, facing downwards, and the oil pressure sensor down back there. A lot of people are complaining about that. Also, this particular vehicle right here, this is when your vehicle was done by the recall, and only these vehicles, when you see this, was recalled when your transmission was redone, and the Japco bullshit that came in this crap was taken out, and this is almost like a filter. So clean this also, take this out. I like to grab one of those regular service filters and put it in there, so at least I know when I do the oil change, I can service the filter up on the outside. And this is the return line right here, okay? This is the return line, so put a filter anywhere in between here going up into the transmission right here. This is what I did. I'm going to show you what I did and what I'm doing with my vehicle. Again, it's time for an overhaul, so these vehicles out here will become donor parts for me because I'm cheap and I don't want to spend all the cash for a vehicle that's 21 plus years old. Okay, so that's the things that you have to start factoring in for a lot of people who, is money crunching. And today's times, things are hard, so I really don't want to spend money on something that I can take used, and who knows how long that vehicle is going to last. Again, take a look. I wanted to end the video real quick, but I want you guys to take a quick peek and take a look at what carbon buildup does and why your vehicle becomes sluggish, especially over here in the Hondas. There's a service port. On that side, you got to clean. I don't know if you can see in there. There's a hole in there that you got to clean. You can use parts cleaner once you take it off like that and remove all the sensors out of it, and then you can use parts cleaners. The other thing I'm going to do is try to port some of this, especially the bottom half. I want to port that section all the way down. Want to make it a little bit bigger, but I'm looking for something that I can replace my intake with, a better intake so that I can suck in more air, because I'm running a 3-inch cold air intake. Have a 3-inch exhaust catback system waiting for me in the storage room. There's a high flow cat already on the car. I want to change the headers out, and I'm still deciding whether I want to go with a 2-piece or a single-piece header. My car's been hit from behind, so there's going to be other things that I'm going to be taking care of also, but I'm going to be displaying on these particular vehicles out here what you can and can't do. Again, come out here, enjoy the day, learn how to do things. You see the guys over there taking stuff out. Excuse me, gentlemen, if I don't know who you are and I just, pointed a camera at you. Really not about, putting people's faces in stuff like this, but you get the idea, Come out here and you tear your shit down, and this is the easiest. The V4s and the V8s are the easiest to work on. The V6, good luck with that. But I'm going to end the video right here. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment down below. I'm not here for your thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm just here to spread knowledge. Knowledge is power. So empower yourselves, guys. Feed that brain because it's really hungry. It's Mike with Pacific Tech out.